So today we're going to be doing a review on my rooftop tent, the Tepui Kukenam Sky 3. So recently, a good friend of mine, Brian, he currently resides in Alaska, is thinking about purchasing one of these, and he asked me if I would go and do a full review and show you guys everything about this particular tent. I picked up this tent from REI in the summer of 2017, and the purchase price at that time was $1,440. I did get a REI rebate at the end of the year for $190, so this tent roughly cost me about $1,250 if you count the discount of the rebate, which wasn't a full cash back in my pocket, but it allowed me to buy more stuff at REI, which is a win in my opinion. I did go onto the Tepui website and look up this piece of equipment, and it looks like they have recently, sometime between now and 2017, it is 2020 now, has maybe changed ownership of the company. This tent is still available, pretty much this exact same tent, but it is quite a bit more expensive now. This version of the tent is running $1,699, which is quite a bit more than what I purchased for. So my Subaru is a 2011 Outback, and I have it mounted to the stock racks underneath there, and it does come with all the hardware to mount it onto a rack system. My stock rack is fully capable of holding the weight of the Kukenam Sky. So the tent comes in a fully insulated cover. This is a very thick rubber. I have had no issues with water getting in there during the rainy season, which Oregon gets quite a bit of. Never had any issues like that with condensation or mold getting on the tent. And then it has these straps that Velcro down to keep the top on, and it zips around as well, which we will get into. So to set up this tent, the first thing you really want to do is you want to get these two straps off, these Velcro straps. They come off quite easily, just like that, and then you can just pull them off from the other side. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be unzipping this top container piece off of the Subaru, and I am pretty short, just about 5'7", so I do have to open up the Subaru doors to step up on those to get this off, and as well to bring down the ladder and flip out the tent. I do have to kind of get up on the side of the car through like the door bottom of the door area. So the next step would be coming over to these Velcro straps here, releasing that, which gives you access to the zipper, and it does have one on each side. These little Velcro straps, just kind of get those out of the way so when you zip it, it's not still holding it shut. One thing I do find helpful prior to zipping it is taking this and flipping this little rubber area up. If you flip the rubber area up like this all the way around, go around and do that around the whole tent, it makes it a whole lot easier to get that zipper undone. I have unzipped the tent now, as you can see there. So the next step is to go over to the other side and pull that off. So once you get to the imposing side of the tent, you just reach up and start pulling the cover down, just like that. And then that will give you access to the tent itself. On two sides of the tent, it does have these little cinch downs right here, so you do have to unhook those as well. So the next step for getting this open is on the top of the tent, there is the the ladder piece, and there's a strap that goes over the ladder. And this is actually probably one of the most difficult parts of getting the tent down, especially for someone short like myself. I kind of have to crawl up on the back end of the car, and so I can get that little clip and clip that loose so I can pull the tent open. So on the top here, you have the ladder, and then you have the little piece that goes over the top to secure the ladder down. So once you get that open, then you're able to free this ladder and pull it down so you can bring out the tent itself. So now that we have the ladder strap off, we can go over there and grab the ladder and deploy the tent over. Just like that. And then from this point, it's making the ladder adjustment so the tent is completely level the way that you need it. Getting your vehicle as level as possible will help aid in making this an easier process. This tent has a telescoping ladder that can be used on many different sizes of vehicles, such as Jeeps, etc. So now that we got the tent out, we can put away the cover. And there are two little straps that come out right here. So from that point, what you would do is the best that you can roll this cover up. And then underneath, there are two other little Velcro straps that allow you to get it together there. It's not perfect, but it helps get it up out of the way, so it's a lot easier to get into the side doors and access your gear. Another little feature this tent has, I'm not sure if it was designed for this, but it has these little hanging clips right here underneath it. And I use these to hang lighting. Or you could clip gear to it if you wanted to like dry out some gear. You could just take a carabiner and clip your gear to it to have it dry out. So from this point, we're gonna start deploying all of the windows and the awning pieces, and there are 4 sides of this tent and each one has one. The first thing that you want to do is you come over here and undo the toggle. This is for the top awning, and there's one on each side. To suspend the awning, it comes with these pieces right here, and this is the container they come in. They're effectively just more like tent poles for the rooftop tent. They look just like that. And this is what you're going to use to suspend the edges of the awning up. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. So in the sides here, there's little holes. So you're going to find those holes and put those in there. From that point, you're going to bring it up, and these are flexible, and you're going to hook it to the holes on the awning. Whoa. Just like that. Got me a little bit there. Okay, so we got the main awning up now. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll up the door flap. You can roll this up and then it can be held up by toggles to just get to the screen meshing portion of the tent. Okay, so now that we got that up, you have access to the mesh portion, and this can be zipped up as well and toggled up as well. There's two toggles. There's inside toggle, outside toggle, so you can go either way. For this time, we're just going to go ahead and just block it up here. So this is what the inside of the tent looks like. Those little bungee pieces, there's 4 of them in there, and that's what you put up when you want to store the tent away. It keeps the sides in a little bit and helps you collapse the tent down a little bit better and easier to pack it away. So let's take a look at the inside of the tent. It does come with a 2-inch foam pad, which is pretty comfortable. I still throw down my backpacking pad on here because it just makes it just that much more comfortable. On the inside here, let me get up this ladder, get in here. On the sides, we have 2 container pockets where you can stick miscellaneous gear, and there is a vent there, and then you have your windows. Let's get these guys unzipped for you. All the materials on this tent are very high quality. And I have had this out in full rain, and I have never had any wetting out or leaks in this guy at all. So it does have great venting, has 2 big windows as well as the 2 front, and that's a good thing because this can get kind of hot. Like right now, it is very hot. It's a sunny day, and I just want to get these windows open and get this vented out. And once you get these open and vented, it's like night and day. And it's a cool thing that it does keep the heat in, because in the winter, that is a good thing. It will keep max amount of heat inside this for you. On this side as well, it does have 2 more little pockets to store gear. It has the same type of zip open door on the back as it does on the front. So this makes it very versatile how you can put it on your vehicle. And my particular version, which is the Kukenam Sky 3, which I don't know if this is an option on the newer ones now, you can zip open the top. It has mesh ceiling, and you can actually take the top canopy tarp piece off of this awning piece, and then you can just have these mesh guys here, and then you know, so like if it was a summer night and you wanted to do stargazing or anything like that, this one would allow you to do that. The new ones, I have no clue. They look the same on the outside, but who knows if this feature is still available. So I have deployed the rest of the awning pieces. The side ones are different around the windows. They're obviously quite a bit smaller, but this gives you protection, especially if there's weather going on. You can still have that window opened up and not get rain or a bunch of weather coming in. And they hook up just the same as the other ones. You just find the little hole in the frame, put in the pole, and then put it through the eyelet on the awning piece. I'm going to give you guys a walk around so you can see the full tent. There are aftermarket items for this tent. This right here being one of them. One of my friends gave this to me, but this mounts to those little clips that you guys saw earlier underneath the tent. And what this was designed for is to put your dirty shoes in instead of taking those up with you into the tent. You just undo this with Velcro and then throw your shoes in there before you get fully up into the tent. So in the 3 years that I've owned this tent, it has performed very well. Have had no issues with water getting into it. When it's raining, no wind issues, no problems with any defects or anything like that. It's a very solid tent, solid company. I've really enjoyed it. It's allowed me to go out on adventures and stay out even longer. Say I want to go out to a trail that's, you know, far away from my house, maybe 3 or 4 hours away. When I'm done with my hike or whatever I want to do, I can go find a campsite out in some BLM land somewhere, pop this up, have all my gear ready in the back to do a little camp and night over. So that's kind of more or less what I use it for a lot, as well as, you know, we do some camping with it as well. So it performs very well for this. It's lightweight. It doesn't cost me any more gas really that I've noticed at all, since it is such a lightweight piece of equipment. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Tepui Kukenam Sky 3 tent.